This week, more from the Quick Chicks historic rally in New Zealand. Richard Fiennes finds London's first petrol station. And this girl tells Tony Zenka how she enjoyed a quickie on the move. But first, let's give a cheer for Adrian the Canadrian.
Hello, Britain! Happy Canada Day! Woo!
It's July 1st, Canada Day, which means nothing to you, Phil, behind the camera, because you're from England. But it's a very special day. And on the show, we're going to take you to a very special car with loads of pomp and circumstance and pageantry for Canada Day, the last one of the millennium. Let's get on the train and get to Ottawa, Ontario. Hey, Phil, this will be a first for you. Phil, you know, being on first class.
It is. I've never traveled first class.
Hey, look at this. Look around here. We've got all sorts of free stuff. There's coffee. There's juice. Well, we'll get that when they serve us. Good morning, how are you? Ah, it's a nice car. Now we can relax in comfort and wait to see this very special car in Ottawa. We're about 4 hours away and we'll be departing in about 6 minutes. I feel like Michael Palin when he did that thing across Europe, or where was that? Across the...
Around the world.
Around the world, that's right. Around the world in 80 days. Okay, here we go. Can't wait for breakfast. I wonder what they're serving.
Coffee?
Could we have some juice? Do you want some juice, Phil?
Yeah, juice would be great.
Juice, maybe some champagne, because the producer doesn't know he's getting a first class bill yet. Actually, you know what? Can we do champagne for the entire car?
I wish.
On his bill?
On his bill? Sure.
CN Tower built one brick at a time by one Italian Canadian. So hardworking, took him 19 years to build that.
Through a dirty window.
Shooting through a dirty window as we leave Union Station in Toronto, Canada. Here we are in the Ottawa train station, Canada Day 1999. We're 125 years old. And people are lining up to go where they're going. And we have the choice, Phil, of either getting a bus or a cab. What should we do? Charge it? I'd like to get a limo and charge it to the producer. Okay. Here we are in downtown Ottawa, Canada Day, celebrating 125 years. We're going to see what we can find.
Self-fire camera! Disposable cameras! Cameras too. I'll get out of here.
How do you guys like Canada Day so far?
Oh, it's great! Hot and a lot of shouting, but
Right.
it's fun.
I guess I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag now, Phil. We're going to see, and maybe you can tell me if you've seen it. We're going to see the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. Have you seen it yet?
No, where is it?
It's here.
Where?
And we're going to show all of Britain and Europe the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile on a show about car-crazy Canadians.
Oh my God.
It's somewhere up here, we hope, and we're going to film that for British television.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Are they having auditions there, or it's just the...
For what?
Because they have auditions.
To be the next Oscar Mayer Wiener guy?
Oh my
To be
God.
the next Wiener?
No, they have people sing like little... Oh my God, he's going really close to that camera. But they have people...
Can you
who
sing
have-
the song? I wish I was
It's an Oscar Mayer Wiener. That's truly what I want to be.
There you go.
If I was an Oscar Mayer Wiener, everyone would be in love with me.
Right, well, obviously the alcohol's been flowing early.
No, hello, ready?
All right. I can smell some good Canadian food, Phil. Some good burgers. Look at, they've got poutine over there. That's, you know what poutine is? French fries with gravy and cheese, right, Blitz? Poutine, right from, originally from Quebec.
Yeah.
And of course, there's a lot of Quebecois in Ottawa, so they've got the native food, I guess you'd say. Boy, you guys must have the leg muscles for this. It's almost like if I had a whip, I could make him go faster.
It's just like Ben-Hur.
This is like slavery. We've spotted the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile, and we're going to see what this car is all about. The initial reaction that a lot of people give you is a big smile because it's such a unique-looking vehicle.
Yeah. Some people are embarrassed by it. Like
Yeah.
they
Hide as
they
we go
hide,
by.
but then you can tell they're kind of smiling inside.
Yeah. Well, here we are inside the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. The curved ceiling, it's just like it would look on the inside. Very ugly. What you'd get from a promo vehicle, really. I mean, it's all custom design. And what else can you say about it? It's pretty damn ugly, isn't it? Look, and the Wienermobile even has a nice big smile on its face. And by the way, for those of you that don't know, or that do care, this is the bun, and this is the hot dog. How endowed do you think the vehicle is?
You can take that one too. Pretty big.
Let's go and have a look.
Let's go have a look.
Okay.
A little bit closer, we can tell how big it is.
All right.
Let's try.
Well, you've seen it before, so you're almost experts. We're asking everybody, this isn't a special question just for you, we're asking everybody to guess how long it is. How long do you think the wiener is on the Wienermobile?
25, 30 feet.
Not a bad guess, 22.
Oh.
22. We're lumbering through the streets of Ottawa on Canada Day with Katie in the driver's seat. It's really going it's kind of chugging, isn't it?
It takes a while to get warmed up.
You said you have to always have the heat on. Why is that?
Just to cool off the engine. We're not exactly sure why, but this is what they tell us, and so we do it.
We have to have the interior heat on just because it's such a hot day to kind of keep some heat. What's that noise?
It's the ketchup levels.
That's only a wheel bearing. Only a wheel bearing, nothing to worry about. Hi guys, how are you?
Good, you?
Good, we wondered if you like the Wienermobile.
Great stuff.
Come over and talk to us. Tell us about Canada Day. Yeah.
How are you?
We're filming for a British television show and we're talking to Canadians on Canada Day.
Yeah.
Would you be caught dead in the Wienermobile? Would you actually be caught dead in it?
I think it would be a great date vehicle. You know, just bring your date out in the Wienermobile, and the girl's just gonna melt. I think, it's just a real sexy machine, I'd say.
It's a groovy, sexy machine.
Without being phallic about it, of course.
Oh, without being phallic about it. How endowed do you think the Wienermobile is? We've been asking people.
Well, I think the Wienermobile is comfortable with its size, I guess you could say.
How big the wiener is on the roof?
How endowed is the Wienermobile?
It's as endowed as my boyfriend. That's great.
Oh,
Oh, Marco.
And that's great.
Eating, cutting my toenails, and masturbation are just three things I like to do on a long bus journey. Well, I'm a busy lad, you know what I mean? I've got to make most of my time, haven't I? Students, pensioners, nutters, they love a good bus journey, eh? Top deck, stinking of piss, getting on, trying to change a fiver. Fiver? I ain't got change of a fiver. What do you mean you can't change a fiver? You got a bus full of people here. Oh, pound coin, I can't change a pound coin. Oh, I love a bus journey, mate.
What do you think of bus drivers?
They're alright, they're polite, friendly.
Would you ever go out with a bus driver?
Don't know.
Plenty of room on top. Hey, come in here, you don't make me laugh. Listen, do you ever get, well, if you're a student, you must get like lots of night buses, yeah?
Yeah, that's right.
And what's the sort of typical sights that you can see on a night bus when everybody's drunk and mad for it?
A lot of screaming, shouting, the odd bit of abusive language.
Kebab papers?
Absolutely.
People having sex?
Not that I've seen, not in my time. People throwing up.
Could you ever see yourself sort of like losing your inhibitions and having sex on a bus? With the right partner?
I don't know.
What's the craziest thing you've ever done in a taxi?
Nothing that much in a taxi, but on a bus, I had sex on the top floor, going down Oxford Road.
Yeah, sex on the top bus. Was it during the day or at night?
At night.
Night time. And like when you're having sex, like...
No one on top of the bus, no. Nobody on top of the bus, just going back, my girlfriend, back to our house and decided to pop one off.
No, I'm not waiting for the bus or anything. I'm just choosing my lottery numbers.
You've had sex on a bus?
Yeah, on the top deck of a bus.
Where were you going?
To Bury.
Bury?
Yeah.
What bus was it?
Probably the 135, so there you go.
Now, what sort of sex was it?
Just quick sex.
Just a quickie?
Yeah.
Were you on top deck or on bottom deck?
Top deck, no one else was on the top deck, so we took advantage of it.
And just sort of describe the position roughly.
Oh, he was just sat down, I was just sat on top of him. That's it.
And how far did you get?
June, how far did we get?
How far to Bury did you get?
Oh, what, before we finished? Yeah. Oh, it was a quickie, I tell you. It was like halfway there, I think.
Is that why you finished with your boyfriend? It was just a quickie?
Yeah, too quick for me, so... So that's it.
Well, there you have it. Hey, who says the girls in Manchester aren't gay, mate? Hey, you the boss. You the inspector here, mate. Well, listen, Chief, I just got on one of your buses, didn't I? And I've got a complaint. I mean, the bus driver was helpful and the bus didn't stink a piss. I'm not happy. I want my money back. What sort of facilities would you like to see on a bus?
Happy drivers.
Why are you saying that they're all a bit miserable?
Some are very nice and some are very grumpy.
Don't believe it. Well, I've been here slagging off buses and taking the piss. You know what's happened, don't you? The car's been towed away. I'm going to have to get a bus now, aren't I?
Hello and welcome back to day 2 of the Royal Sun Alliance Rally of 2000. Here today we are on picnic day, and of course it's what the Brits do best. So we've got the smoked salmon, we've got the champagne, as of course there's no driving today.
The Sunbeam is a special, and it has a 1917 Sunbeam Maori aircraft engine from the First World War. It's a 12-litre V12 with 48 valves and 4 overhead camshafts. And Sunbeam made about 1,000 of these engines before the end of the First World War. And after the war they used the same type of engine in some of the record-breaking Sunbeams, which took the world land speed record eventually up to about 200 miles an hour. And this car it's not a copy or a replica of any of those cars, but it is composed of all Sunbeam components and very much in the way that Sunbeam built their racing cars. I found this car, got going. Originally I found the engine and parts of it in a gold claim in central Otago in one of the old gold fields. It had been used as a pump, and I returned it to Christchurch with me, had it identified, and then began the job of gathering up the bits and pieces up to about the beginning of 1979, and then I restored the car in 9 months during 79 and commissioned her and got her on the road Christmas 79, and it's been on the road and running and done approximately 40,000 miles over the last 20 years.
Well, as we wend our way home from the picnic, that's all for today from New Zealand. But join us tomorrow when we're off to visit the Kiwi. We're on a hub rally and I take the driving seat.
Hello, this is Richard Fiennes, and my Fiennes find this week is, believe it or not, the remains of the very first petrol station in London. I'm here in Queensgate Mews, right in the heart of London, and if we look over here we'll just see the remains of what was that petrol station. This petrol station was set up by a fellow called Wilfred Coy in 1919 when he bought a number of old RAF petrol tankers and started selling petrol around the centre of London. You may remember at that time people just had petrol in cans. There were no such things as petrol stations until Wilfred Coy cottoned on to this fabulous idea of actually selling petrol from one site initially. Coy's, as you all know, is much more famous for car auctions of beautiful classic cars, and if we quickly look over here you can just get an idea of the sumptuous cars that they sell. Now, one One more unusual aspect to Wilfred Coy was that during the First World War he invented synchronised firing of the machine guns for the RAF so that they didn't actually reduce the propellers to shreds and send the poor pilots to their death in next to no time. I'll leave you with one more glance at this hole in the ground, which was the very first petrol station, and leave you with the question of, did Wilfred Coy give free glasses with every gallon of fuel? This is Richard Fiennes. Be seeing you.
Fast Fords, don't you just love them? This is the ST200, a 202 brake horsepower V6 version of the family transport, but this little baby will get you to 150 mile an hour and it'll do the first 60 in 7.5 seconds. Okay, it's no Ferrari, but for family transport it's hard to beat. It's the latest in a long line of machinery to come from Uncle Henry that started life as rather more humble family transport and was breathed on by the mad genius that stalks the corridors of Dagenham. Now it's in bright blue, it's got tractor-sized alloys, it's got skirts, it's got the lot, and it's got the power to match. The ST200 is a fine car, a damn fine car, but it doesn't belong to the elite of blue oval near supercars. This, however, does. It's the Sierra RS Cosworth, a wild car born of wild times. Launched in '86, this was a car that could show a clean pair of heels to exotics such as the Porsche 944 Turbo, and all for a measly 16 grand. It has a turbocharged 16-valve, 2-litre, 4-cylinder engine which develops over 200 brake horse. And unlike many cars from British Leyland at the time, which had picnic tables on the backs of the front seats, this car brought its very own coffee table. Now, one person who not surprisingly knows the car rather well is its owner, Chris Marchant. Chris, hi. Tell me, what made you choose an RS Cosworth?
Well, I've had a number of unusual cars in my life, Steve, and the opportunity came up recently to buy one of these, so I thought I would as an investment.
Well, Chris said when you drive this car, a lot of the time it's going to seem gutless until the turbo kicks in. 3,000 revs and put your foot down. Whoa! Holy moly, that's fast. This car has a superbly fluid chassis to it. It really invites you to just attack the corners. It's really, really rewarding, but it's very different to the ST200. The ST200 is a modern car that anyone can drive. This is basically not much different to a Group B rally car. It demands immense respect if you're going to start throwing it around. Chris, you're right, that is an absolute mean machine, a wonderful car.
It's brilliant, isn't it, Steve? Eh? But if you think that's good, come and have a go at this one.
Even better. Well, hey. Oh, this looks nice. What is it?
It's an Anglia, Steve.
It's an Anglia, Jim, but not as we know it. Go on, tell us the difference.
Okay, I had a Lotus Cortina once that had rotted away, and I found an Anglia that was really clean, and I put the two together.
So it's a Lotus Anglia?
Kind of, yeah.
It looks really meaty. Does it go?
It does. Why don't we take it for a spin?
Go on then, let's go for a spin. I thought you'd never ask. Ooh.
Keep going.
Yep. Sounds good. Thanks, Chris. That was really great. My mum's Anglia was never like that. See ya. I think I'm going to get my dentures checked over now. Anyway, there you have it. 3 fast Fords. And what do we learn? That over the years, they've got faster, but they've got more civilised.